Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. It is apparent that we are going to watch a newscast. That's right. The Valero oil refinery or gas refinery plant is closing down in Benicia, California. This is the second refinery in California to get out of California. So we have been losing valuable jobs and valuable refineries, and gas in California is already $5 up, maybe even I've seen it up to $6 in some places, but it's going to go up to $7 plus per gallon. Now, I still got this tooth out. This is all for posterity reasons, but yeah, in March, this tooth will be fixed, hopefully. Praise the Lord. We're just praying it's going to get fixed. But if not, I have all these other teeth. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the refinery in Valero. It's going away, along with, I think, 300 jobs or a lot of jobs. So even if it's one job, it's too much because gas is going up. And now California has come up with a new way to tax their citizens. They wanted everybody in electric cars, and now they can't get any money for the gas tax. So now they're going to tax their citizens by the mile, how many miles you drive. So maybe it's 7 cents per mile. I don't know what they're doing, but they are trying to get rid of California's. So maybe it's just a war on the poor. Matter of fact, it is a war on the poor. Yep, it's always been that way. So they're going to tax you for every mile you drive. And if you don't have an electric car, well, you're going to pay up to $7, $8 per gallon. So watch this next news video and you'll see that California is changing quick, whether you like it, whether I like it, whether anybody likes it or not. They make the laws and you follow them. That's all right. So, as always, I want to thank you again for watching this next newscast. And yeah, $7, $8 per hour. How are we supposed to live? I don't know. Anyway, you know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Watch this next newscast and tell me what you think. It's going to go up and up. How am I supposed to feed this cat? Aren't you aware of the gas prices? Aren't you? You just sit there not even worried about anything. You. Yeah, you. Now you look.
We begin in Benicia, where the Valero refinery is beginning to shut down operations. The refinery accounts for nearly a tenth of California's crude oil capacity and employs 400 workers.
This comes just weeks after California lost Phillips 66, a refinery in the Los Angeles area. The company began idling operations in October and then shut down in December.
This shutdown may soon burn a hole in your wallet. A study by USC's Marshall School of Business found gas prices could rise to nearly $8 by the end of the year as a result.
Yeah, the study blames the two refinery closures for the price hike. Don Lynn has more on the economic impact in Benicia.
It's the beginning of the end. The Valero refinery in Benicia notified the Air District that starting on Saturday, they will begin shutting down some of the refinery equipment. It's a phased approach, with the full shutdown of refinery operations expected by April.
It's a sad day. It's a sad day for our city and our neighbors, all having to get new jobs in other places and so forth. It's going to affect the economy, and you know, but Benicia will survive.
Jeff Burkhart's son-in-law works for Valero and will leave the company at the end of February.
I hate to see him go. I'm sure it's going to affect a a lot of our services and parks.
Mayor Steve Young says Valero is Benicia's biggest private employer, with about 420 full-time workers. The company also brings in hundreds of outside workers each year for various maintenance projects.
Hotels and restaurants that have benefited from Valero's presence here, as well as a number of nonprofits and community sports teams and the like who got donations from Valero over the years.
Mayor Young says the refinery shutdown will directly cost the city close to $8 million each year, about 12% of the city's general fund. They're now looking at budget cuts, and everything is on the table.
These are discussions that we're going to have with the community, with the labor groups, with employees, and with the rest of the council.
While the economic consequences will likely be severe, many environmentalists are happy with the closure, given the air quality violations over the years.
We will have less asthma. We will have less respiratory diseases, likely. At least that's what the data shows.
For many residents, it's a love-hate relationship. They love the economic benefits, but hate the environmental impacts.
Short term, we're going to have some bumps in the road for sure. But long term, the things that make Benicia great are still here. Our location, our small town atmosphere.
Jeff agrees and is optimistic. The city he's lived in for 30 years will survive this.
I just hope everything will be okay. I just feel certain that we'll be able to weather this storm.
Valero and the governor's office announced earlier this month that once refinery operations completely shut down, they will use part of the facility to store refined gasoline imported from outside of the Bay Area.
And as the plant begins to shut down, neighbors are now complaining about an unpleasant smell. The company says that the smell is unavoidable as they shut down machinery, but that they have a plan in place in case the air gets toxic.
If it was above a health limit, we would be in close contact with Solano County Public Health to potentially issue a shelter in place.
Kind of a catch-22 because I do realize the pollution, they've been violators and so forth. But on the other hand, they're doing things that are necessary for the economy to go on.
The refinery is expected to shut down fully in April. More than 200 people will likely lose their jobs when it closes.